Welcome to this episode with Down with Daughtry, where Miss Hanson Polk has agreed to come and get down with Daughtry. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
I did want to just let the viewers know kind of how you got affiliated with CASA. So if you want to kind of tell your story.
Yes. So back when I was a student in Georgia Southern, somebody from CASA came and talked to one of my classes. And I remember just immediately thinking how incredible the organization was and how badly I wanted to get involved with it. At the time, I was a student though, and as a volunteer, they want you to make a year commitment so that you can, see a case start to finish. And I just was very unsure of where things were going at that
Right.
point.
Yeah.
And so I knew I just wasn't at a place to make that commitment. But as things kind of started moving along with next steps with college and internship and that kind of thing, I realized I was going to be staying in Statesboro for a little bit longer. And so I joined as a volunteer. And
Yeah.
so I was able to be a volunteer for a little while. I think that was maybe 2017. I was trying to remember exactly how long,
Yeah. That's
but
when it was.
okay.
Yep.
And then I was able to kind of grow in that capacity as a volunteer and then be able to join the board.
So how long have you been on the board?
I joined the board I think it was like we had one in-person meeting before COVID shut down. And
Okay.
so I think it was like January, February of 2020. So about
Okay.
4 years now.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was when I had taken a break from CASA,
Mm-hmm.
and I was glad when I returned to see you on the board because
Yes.
I was your supervisor as a volunteer, and we definitely, saw your passion for advocating for children, and so I'm glad
Yeah.
they got you
It
on the
kind of came
board.
full circle.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So you kind of touched on what made you choose the organization, but is there anything that stands out on about CASA to you?
Yeah. So foster care has always just been a mission on my heart. I think children often do not get a voice, just in general, whether it's in a very stable family or in a kind of more tumultuous situation. And so I think one of those things is that children are often not respected. And so I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just always been something that is so important to my heart. And so having the opportunity to kind of be that voice for a child, it just stood out to me so greatly. And so just being able to advocate for children, I've carried that into my profession now as a school social worker.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of get to serve with that population in my paid profession. And then
Yes.
also kind of with, just the different organizations on the side.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that
yeah.
is a good mix,
Yeah.
you get to kind of have it on both sides.
Yeah.
Well, we do appreciate all that you do for us here at Child Advocacy Services. And so you've been on the board since 2020, so about 4 years.
hmm
Have you chaired any committees during this time?
Yes. So I am the fundraiser chair. That has been interesting. I have grown a lot in that area. That was not a strength of mine, I would say. I do feel comfortable, leading people and kind of rallying people, but money is just not my strong suit.
Right, I
And so
understand.
but I have really enjoyed getting to kind of grow in that area and just try out different things. Okay, this works. Okay, this doesn't work. Okay, let's brainstorm this. Let's tweak this. Let's try this.
Right,
So that
right.
has been, I've really enjoyed that.
That's
Really
good.
enjoyed it.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
fundraising is has its challenges,
It
but
does.
but yeah, if you definitely have that rallying spirit, then
Yeah.
it does work out for you. So,
It's been good.
well, I'm glad you had opportunity to grow in that area as
Yeah.
well. And yeah, when I came back, there was some couple of different fundraisers, and so I'm glad to be able to be an upcoming one is a pool for kids.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm excited because I've never attended that one.
Oh, yes,
So
it's fun.
yeah.
It's fun. A lot of fun.
So, as I've asked previous board members, what do you think are characteristics of a great board member?
Ooh, I think, let's see. I think a positive spirit, being able to recognize when something is not working just as much as when something is working. It's important to know when to keep pushing and tweaking and when to say, okay, this is not it.
Yeah.
I definitely think that trying to make sure you're able to communicate well and build connections with community members, different organizations to try to work together. Statesboro has the unique opportunity of it's big and small. Like it's small, but it's growing. And so there's a lot of different opportunities to network and be able to explain what child advocacy services is to different community members. And so being able to kind of represent the organization well, when you might not even expect it. So just always being ready to see what's next, being able to advocate, being able to explain. Yeah.
Those were great responses. They were. I love, having that spirit. And you're right. You never know when you're going to be able to meet someone who could build a good relationship with our organization.
Definitely so.
Yeah. And so you mentioned you're a social worker.
Yes.
That's with the Bullitt County School System.
Yes.
So with it being CAP Month, Child Abuse Prevention Month, are there any call outs or things that we can help and partner with you guys on?
Yeah, I think that would definitely be a good, what's the word? Area, I guess, to kind of try to partner and just really kind of see how are we going to work together. One thing that we always try really hard to do is understand the difference between child abuse and neglect versus just poverty. A lot of times parents are trying to do the best they can, and what might be abuse or neglect in our eyes is not truly abuse or neglect. And so it's trying to understand that balance. And so I think it's definitely a good opportunity to partner. Definitely.
Well, I like that. I think with our Prevent Child Abuse Ogeechee, that's something we can definitely look forward to in planning. So we'll mention that to our Director of Business Operations so we can get that ongoing.
Yes.
So what is your favorite thing, Ms. Hanson, about serving on our board?
Oh, I definitely think kind of touching back to just making sure that the community knows what Child Advocacy Services does. There's, of course, the different programs under Child Advocacy Services. So we have CASA, we have the Ogeechee Visitation Center, and then we also now have Prevent Child Abuse Ogeechee. And so just making sure that people understand what Child Advocacy Services is, what we do, how we can help, how we can partner, and just being able to get the word out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting the word out is important, making sure that people understand exactly what we do. It's kind of funny because people do call up and say, do we help with housing? Because the CASA is Spanish for house. And we're like, no, that's not what we do. So just really letting the community know, no, we are we are a center where we advocate for children in, those different ways. And so I look forward to seeing the program grow, especially with Prevent Child Abuse Ogeechee.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, definitely. So you work full time, you volunteer for boards. What do you like to do in your free time?
So, not a lot of free time in this season of life, but that's okay.
Right.
But I'm definitely a beach girl. I enjoy the beach. I'm excited for summer, excited for warmer weather. And also, I love just staying at home and watching movies. Just being able to relax, watch movies with my family as we pop popcorn and just get all the snacks and just snuggle up and enjoy being at home.
That's right. Some simple moments in there.
Exactly.
Yes, I love that. I do.
Yeah.
So to wrap it up, I'm just going to ask you just 3 rapid fire questions.
Uh-oh. Okay. All right.
So one that I normally do, you already answered. You like the beach, so I gotta go with something different. So, Coke or Pepsi?
Ooh, Coke. I'm a Coke girl.
Yeah, so our ladies here in the office.
I like Pepsi, but I'm definitely gonna go for a Coke over Pepsi.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Shorts or skirt?
Skirt.
Okay.
Yep, skirt. Yeah. I'm gonna throw it completely off though. I'm more of a dress.
Okay.
I'm gonna go dress. That wasn't even an option.
I like it though. That's the fun thing about it. We get to know you.
Yes.
And let's see. I don't know. What's a good one? Hot or cold?
Hot.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a summer girl. I enjoy being warm.
I know. I've just loved these sunny days that we've had.
Yes.
Even though it's like cool this morning,
Yes.
it's still the
little
sun
taste of spring.
Yes, it is
It's
here.
coming.
We have to enjoy them because it doesn't live long.
No, it doesn't.
But thank you so much, Hanson, for coming and
thank
chatting
you for
with
having
us.
me.
Yes, and thank you again for all that you do for us here at Child Advocacy Services.
I enjoy it. I'm excited to see how we can continue to grow, how the organization continues to grow, and how I can continue to support it.
Well, we'll definitely feed off that excitement. And for our viewers, we have, like I mentioned, our Pool for Kids event coming up in June. Please follow us on social media so you can also keep in touch with all the activities that we have this month. We have Wear Blue Day that's coming up on April 5th. Take the pictures, tag us in it so we can show that you're supporting us and preventing child abuse this month. Thank you again for joining us. Peace.
Bye.